is certainty. He's a builder, he knows that. And if we want to have an on-time budget and we want to have an on-time project, you have to have certainty. And certainty means funding. Now, I want to thank Governor Hochul and Attorney General Tish James in coordination with Governor Sherrill and with the Attorney General in New Jersey for being bold enough to go to court for a temporary restraining order to say, you can't freeze this money. This money is appropriated, and we need this money, and we're entitled to this money to build this project. Now, there are people that say, oh, this project, you shouldn't be building no tunnels, new tunnels. Well, let me tell you, the existing tunnels, Trans-Hudson tunnels, are over 100 years old. Their structural integrity has failed. So the argument is you don't need new tunnels that I read. That is wrong. You cannot repair the existing tunnels. The structural integrity is failed. It is past its useful life. So the only way to get this project and get a very important regional project, this isn't just a New York, New Jersey project, it's a regional project that will put hundreds of billions of dollars into the economy, is new tunnels. And we need to have these tunnels built, right? Yeah. And you want to build those tunnels, right? Yeah. And we can build better than anybody, right? Yeah. All right. So that's the facts. Now, why we're here today, beyond that, is because, number one, and I can tell you this, Governor Hochul cares about you. She cares about the working men and women of the building trade. She cares about the working men and women and the middle class for all people in the state of New York. And that's why she's here. So, again, let's give her a big round of applause. Now, I want to say this. This isn't a Republican tunnel or a Democratic tunnel, right? This should not be a political tug of war. What we need, again, is certainty, not politics. And what's happened is you, the members, have been used now as pawns. You're pawns in this game. We can't allow that. Certainty for a project, we talked about. But for you, the workers, certainty is equally important. Because when you go to work every day and you know you're going to go to work, you know how to plan your lives. You know how you can pay your bills and take care of your wife and your children, put a roof over their head, clothes on their backs. And you go to work every day. You earn your pay. And you provide medical coverage. And you work towards retirement security. That's what the union does. This is all now in jeopardy. And it's not right. We care about you. And when you don't know, am I going to have a job next week? That causes you to be destabilized, your families to suffer. You know, many of you, we know, it's no secret, supported Donald Trump for president. Okay. But we also know why, because we spoke to so many of you. And he said, America first. We got to put America first. You know how you put America first? You build a strong middle class, because don't ever forget it. We're the ones that built this country. We're the ones that built this nation. We're the ones that built this city. We're the ones that built this state. We're the middle class. We're the middle class. We go to work every day. We do our job. We perform our craft. And we go home at the end of the day and we say, I put a good day's work in and I can't wait to go back to work tomorrow. That's what we do every day. So this has to be not about politics. This has to be a practical solution. There has to be permanent funding. Yes, we did receive, or Gateway did receive, another $77 million. They received $30 million last week. We still need another 98, but you know what? That's only $200 million out of billions. You can't start a project, stop a project, start a project, stop a project. And you know what? As a builder, President Trump, you know this. You need certainty. You need continuity. So I am asking that all of that's going on now, forget about the legal challenges. Please release the money. Let us build this tunnel. Let us go to work. That's what we want to do. We want to go to work. Let us go to work. Brothers and sisters, again, we have a real fighter for us. We have a real person as our governor that stands up in our beliefs, believe me. And she, I tell you, I know for a fact she's had a lot of conversations with President Trump, all right? And he respects her, and as he should. And she is going to weigh in every chance she gets to explain what our position is, to explain the importance of the project, to explain we need the certainty. But again, not just for the project, but for the workers. We've had over 1,000 workers put out of work. This is going to create tens of thousands of jobs. Let us go to work and build. That's all we're asking to do. Brothers and sisters, it's my pleasure this morning to introduce to you the governor of the great state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul. Yeah!
Thank you, Gary. Let's give another round of applause for one of the most extraordinary union leaders in the entire country, Gary LaBarbera, representing the building trades here and across the state of New York. You know, I was listening to Gary talk about how the union movement created the middle class in this country. And I wasn't going to talk about this, but also just hit me in the heart, because my grandpa was a migrant farm worker in the wheat fields of South Dakota, because nobody'd hire the Irish back then. I'm Irish.
Okay, so
Got a problem with that? Got a problem with that? We like to fight. But you know what lifted my grandpa up? When he finally found his way to the promised land of Buffalo, New York. Don't laugh, okay? And he was given a union card when he took a job at a steel plant making steel with his hands.
Yeah.
It was hot work. It was dirty work. Those coke ovens were brutal. And you know who worked there next after Grandpa and his brothers? My dad worked at that same place. And because he had that union card, they would lift themselves out of living in a trailer park where my mom and dad started. I know the power of that union card. I had uncles who were iron workers, plumbers, carpenters, electricians, all in my family. So I have union blood running through my veins. And so they hurt union workers. They're hurting me, and you're my family. And I'm sick and tired of this assault on hard-working Americans and New Yorkers in particular. For God's sakes, you promise to create jobs, and then you lay off 1,000 people and don't think anything of it? This is the largest infrastructure project in America today. It is essential for the safety of 200,000 daily commuters. It's 10,000 jobs over the life of this. And I was so proud to stand here, not just in 2022 as a brand new governor, and said we're finally going to stop all the BS that has stopped this project for a decade and get it started. And then we got the funding in 2024. We were on our way. I was so proud of this. I'd come down here and thank people for all the hard work they're doing. And what happened this year? What happened this year, September 1? This project gets caught up in the political drama of Washington. The money stops. We're like, that can't go on too long. We'll keep people working, keep coming back. We'll find the money. We'll find the money. We ran out of our money, had to borrow some money. All of a sudden, a couple days ago, the money runs out. Now, in the meantime, we had to go to lawsuit to go to a court to have a judge tell the president to release the money. But you know who else told the president to release the money? I did.
Yes.
I called him 4 times, as recently as last night.
Oh, great.
I said to the president, I saw on Truth Social, you are criticizing this project for being over budget and not on time, except it is. That's not the truth. You guys have been out here working hard day after day in really brutally cold weather. It's been hard. I said, Mr. President, I know for a fact a lot of these guys might have supported you, right? It's okay.
Right.
But these people supported you. How can you throw them out of their jobs? How can you tell them to go home? How do they go back to their families and tell their kids, I'm sorry, I might not be able to bring in a paycheck because the president who promised to create more jobs in this country just laid me off? Come on. So I said, Mr. President, what am I supposed to tell everybody when I see them tomorrow? When I look in their eyes? People have been stressed out. This has been a roller coaster, right? Am I coming? Am I going? Why is there so much chaos? He said, give me a call tomorrow. Now, we got $77 million on top of the 30. We're only halfway home. But it cannot continue like this. When you give us the full $200 million that you owe us, I don't want to have this happen day after day, week after week, year after year. They need the certainty that Gary's talking about. How else are we going to build? The workers need to know that that job is going to be there, the one they signed up for, the one they trained for, the one they're so proud of. It has to be there year after year until this project is done. And this project must be done. We cannot compromise the safety of the northeastern corridor. Imagine when something happens, this tunnel fails. Lives will be lost. It is urgent that we build this tunnel and do it now and stop these political delays that are, as Gary said, making all of you pawns in this. So let's stop the chaos. Let's stop the insanity. Let them work, Mr. President. Let them work. Let them get back to work right now. And lastly, I'll say this. I am so proud to be governor of a state that has men and women like you out here. So proud of what you're building. You're going to be able to go by someday. Now, I'm not saying you can point to a tunnel because it's underground, but you're going to be able to take your families through and show them what you did, what you dedicated your life and your sweat to, and the hard work and the stress. You got it done. That's why this city is so magnificent, because union members, maybe with some steel made by my grandpa in Buffalo, came all the way here and helped build this city the way it is. We're so proud of this. But I know that it would be nothing without all of you and without the movement, the labor union movement that lifted all of us up. So I'm going to say this one more time, Mr. President. You better be listening to us right now. You're going to join me in to say this. Let them build. 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 Let's get it done, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor Hochul, for all you do, and thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. We're going to keep pushing forward with Governor Hochul. You heard she spoke to the president last night. She's going to continue to do that. She's going to get us back to work, and we're going to build, build, build. Thank you all very much, and God bless.